Welcome back to the village, everyone. In the last few episodes, we've been making some big upgrades. We built a sugarcane farm inside of this beautiful house. And before that, we built a creeper farm, and we hid that right underneath this gazebo here in the middle of town. But with all the fireworks piling up, I realized that just dumping them in my storage room was boring. So I built this. Iggy's Boom Boutique. A little fireworks stand run by Ignatius Boom here. This is definitely a more interesting way to store all of my fireworks that I have. And it was really fun just kind of designing this and thinking about how I would incorporate all the materials that this guy would need to make the rockets. So, I got some TNT here with the gunpowder, and then the sugarcane he's growing to make the paper. And then he's just got his little workstation there in the back. I kind of thought that flower pot was almost like a funnel. He's funneling the gunpowder. Yes, funneling the gunpowder into the rockets. I've also noticed that this stand is attracting a lot of attention from the local fishermen. I'm not sure what type of fishing they're doing exactly, but they are always over here. As much fun as this little stand is, let's move on to the main focus of today's video. On my day off recently, I took a nap after lunch and then went for a walk. It was a beautiful winter day, sunny and not too cold. While wandering around, I stumbled upon a local bakery and decided to step inside. The smell of fresh pastries was so inviting. I browsed the display case, filled with treats, and chose a lemon bar. An unusual pick for me, but it just felt right. Originally, I planned to take it home, but something about the cozy atmosphere made me stay. It was so quiet and peaceful. Only one family came in while I was there. I felt really inspired by that little bakery. Before I left, I took a photo of the interior, knowing I wanted to recreate something similar in Minecraft. The entire walk home, I was bursting with ideas. And that same evening, I spent hours perfecting the interior design. I wanted it to feel as warm and inviting as the real thing. And then it came to the exterior, and I really struggled to come up with something that matched the vibe I was going for with the interior. But luckily, while scrolling through Pinterest, I found this greenhouse designed by somebody named KoalaBuilds. And I could tell with a bit of adaptation that would pretty much match perfectly what I was going for. I'll leave a link to that in the description if you'd like to check that out. So, I've done a little bit of terraforming, we've built the exterior, now it's just time to finish this thing. I feel like it's been quite a while since I've done this whole leading animals thing. Feels nostalgic doing this. For the outside of the bakery, I kind of wanted an area where all of the ingredients needed for all the treats that you can make can be collected outside. So if you need eggs or milk for cake, you could come out here. That's a little chicken coop I made. And then over here is a little garden area where you can get the sugar, the pumpkin for the pumpkin pies, and the wheat for the bread. Oh, and a jungle tree to get the cocoa pods for chocolate chip cookies. Let's take a look at the interior. That's where the focus of this build was. Right here, we got the front window with some stuff on display, some cakes and bread and cookies and pie. Petal and Pastry was the name I went with. Pastries, obviously, and I just really like decorating with flowers in this game, so put flowers everywhere. It just felt fitting. But here we are. You first walk into this little seating area, and then I just got, flowers and decoration everywhere. And then back here behind the counter is the kind of work area. Got the oven for baking everything. I hid a my inventory is full apparently. Hit a campfire there so that you always have smoke. That's pretty cool. And then I did a lot of this. Item frames with copper trap doors in them and then an oak sign over it. So, you know, these all look like cabinets. I thought that was very cool. And then I did these two like drawers, and this drawer is open. First time doing something like that, and I like that a lot. This is where I haven't made a cake, but I can store all of the foods. And then any ingredients I need, I can go in the barrels under here. Another thing I did here is this is the first time I have done 2-block thick walls. I have heard people talk about that, and I was skeptical because I thought A, it would make the entire footprint of the building much too big. And additionally, I thought it would be weird walking through a doorway going through 2 blocks, but I've just noticed that you don't even notice that. And there's just a huge benefit to doing that. Because as you can see, the outside, this half is calcite and diorite, and then the rest is stone bricks. But with having it too thick, you can actually do different interiors. So we got a brick wall here, and then bone block white walls here. And it just looks much more interesting, and you're not stuck planning your interior to match the exterior, if that makes sense. And then the last thing that I'm curious about is I'd really like to get a villager in here. So every time that I come in here, there's just someone, looks like he's standing behind the counter and working. There is a librarian who this lectern is his job site, but he comes in here occasionally, but he also just jumps over these blocks and leaves. I'd like to be able to keep him in here all the time. I don't know if that just means putting a boat down and making him stuck in a boat. If that is the case, I might not want to do that. If you have any advice towards that, towards keeping villagers in here, let me know. And then the last thing I was looking at is I believe you can actually use lecterns to do kind of an ordering system. So I thought it would be pretty cool to be able to use this as like a checkout and come up here and order one of each of these items. But that seems much more complicated than I'm ready for now. But maybe if this video got 50 likes or something like that, I might look into that. So let me know if that's something you want to see. I think that's about all I have for today. Thank you so much for joining me. This is definitely my favorite build that I have done so far. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing so you don't miss any of my future videos. Bye.